Good evening. An alternative to going to the courts to settle a divorce. Two experts talk about the legal complications of divorce for same-sex couples. Pride in the desert. Palm Springs Pride turns 26. Also turning 26 is us. We look back at 2012 at our favorite stories of the year and from our 25-year archive on this January 2013 edition of Outlook Video. And welcome to the January 2013 edition of Outlook Video, your nationally recognized, award-winning news magazine for the LGBT communities. I'm Roberta Gonzalez-Gregg, wishing you all a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Johnny Zick, and if you're watching us now in January, we've all survived the end of the world. According to the Mayan calendar, December 21st was regarded as the end date of a 5,125-year-long cycle on that calendar.
So here's to another 5,125 years. Yes.
To start things off, the Western Access Video Excellence Awards were held at the recent Alliance for Community Western Region Conference in Sacramento. And Outlook Video is a recipient of the Community Event Wave Award for our annual Pride edition and also the Talk Show Issues Wave Award for our World AIDS Day edition.
We're just so excited that our Create TV producers, Outlook Video, and the Rotary Children's Sculpture Project were winners tonight at the 2012, actually the 25th anniversary of the Wave Awards. It's a great celebration of community media makers in the 6 western states.
Winning the Wave Award means recognition for all of the hard work that everybody has done on the show.
Create TV over the last 4 years has really taken off, and it's wonderful to have the producers that work so hard at their craft be acknowledged.
A round of congratulations to everyone behind the camera for those 2 awards. Yay for everyone.
Did you know there's an alternative to going to the courts when it comes to handling a divorce? Continuing on the topic of divorce for same-sex couples that we featured 2 months ago, Roberta continues the discussion with family law attorney Sally Cooperrider and divorce financial analyst Talia Peluisi later in the program.
Long May It Wave was the theme for the 2012 Pride for Palm Springs. The theme was a salute to the worldwide symbol of equality whose rainbow stripes have led a fight for equality while embracing our community and celebrating the unity of our community. Kim Lawson was down in the desert for Pride last fall and talked with Xavier Toscano and the band We Are, She Is. More on that later this half hour.
And at the start of every year, we look back at all our stories we've covered over the past 12 months. 2012 was a year that marked 25 years. That's almost 300 episodes of Outlook Video on the air.
That's quite an accomplishment. Stay with us later in the program where we pick our favorite segments from 2012 as well as our favorite segment from our 25-year archive. But first, Sally Cooperrider and Talia Peluisi on divorce.
Hi, I'm Diana Adrian and you're watching Outlook Video.
In the previous segment about divorce in the LGBT community, we spoke about how to divorce peacefully, handle your emotions, and talk to your children about divorce. Tonight, Sally Cooperrider, a 20-year-plus family law attorney and mediator, and Talia Peluisi, certified financial planner and certified divorce financial analyst, are here to talk about the process to help clients transition to a post-divorce future. Sally, Talia, thank you both for joining us tonight and giving us this great information, beginning with something that's been on my mind. What is different with divorce in the LGBT community?
Well, in most ways, it's really the same. It's the same process, same forms that you fill out. Community property laws are the same.
Okay.
And also there's a similar laws about supporting your spouse or your partner.
Okay.
But there are some things that are different, and mostly that comes out of the federal government not recognizing the same-sex relationships.
How about the state?
Well, the state does. So then you have things like for pensions, say, if one partner has a pension and you need to divide it up between the 2 spouses or domestic partners, if it's a state pension, you can divide it between them easily using the state laws. But if it's a 401k, which is federal, then you can't. So it gets very complicated.
I was going to say, that gets complicated, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's this things that you normally can do for their straight couples divorce. You just can't use some of the same procedures because you're kind of stuck by those federal laws.
For you, Talia, what is the role of a financial planner in this sense?
Well, the financial planner is a neutral party. And so you're not an advocate for either partner. You work with the attorneys and you work with both partners to work out an equitable arrangement. Okay. And it really helps people when they're in the middle of this very emotional situation, to have someone really show them, look at the numbers, in an unemotional way, I guess, and to make decisions about their future together. We were talking about this before we sat down, but you really want to preserve as much of the family's wealth as possible. And so when two people can collaborate together around the finances, that can be very positive, and they can come out of the divorce process in better shape financially.
And especially making plans if they have children.
Exactly.
Okay. So, and as a mediator, you assist in that process as well.
Yes, there are several ways people can get divorced, and of course, mediation is one of the ways where you have one neutral mediator that doesn't represent either party, and they can work together to try to resolve the issues. And they can bring in to the mediation. They can bring in a financial professional if they want to, or a therapist to help with a parenting plan for the children. Or there's a newer way that people might not have heard about, which is collaborative law, where it's a team approach where you have two attorneys and two clients who work together out of court to try to work it out. And you can also bring in other people into the team, such as
Talia's expertise
does. And then you can also bring in the divorce coach if people are having trouble with emotional issues and wanting to figure out what's the best solution for their children.
Okay, so basically for the LGBT community, it's most just a little flux and flows and twists and turns of the laws that are mostly different, but financially, it's trying to get the best for each person.
Right, but the legal and the financial are really integrated. It comes down to this basic concept that the federal government doesn't recognize same-sex marriage, and so when you have a divorce, there are certain rules that a straight couple would be able to take advantage of in terms of taxes and transferring property between the couples, which is not available for same-sex partners. So it's very complicated because the state has recognized domestic partnerships, but the federal government does not recognize same-sex marriage. So you're working in these two parallel worlds with taxes, and it's just very. It's just more complicated than it really needs to be.
Yeah, I can see why the community can really use your services.
And sometimes people need to be a little bit creative to figure out the best ways to work. So if they can use one of those kinds of options where they work together, the mediation or the collaborative, it can help to figure out the best ways.
Okay. Now, and do both of you offer workshops that can help people in the LGBT community?
Yes, there is one. It's called Divorce Options, and it's held once a month.
Okay.
And people can find it online. Just
terrific. Excellent. Divorce options?
And learn more information about the various aspects of divorce, the legal, the financial, and the...
Well, because I know in the LGBT community, we can be kind of closeted, if you will, and we can be, it's a small community, and we don't want everybody to know our business, so it's difficult to sometimes to know where to go and where to get the right information. So that's a perfect place for the LGBT community to go to get such information, and it's really pertinent and important for all of us, so we appreciate that.
The collaborative really is, in a sense, a more private way to work out to do a divorce, as opposed to going to the courts.
Okay.
And so I think it's just something that people really prefer.
Very good. Well, the ladies, thank you very much. Sally and Talia, thank you again for joining us and taking the time to talk with us. For information, you can contact Sally at cooperriderslaw.com and Talia at stanfordinvestments.com. You're watching Outlook Video.